Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus channel. Sometimes it becomes impossible to reach inaccessible or remote locations. Therefore, the U.S. military uses a special technique known as sling loading to transport heavy equipment, supplies, and even vehicles to such areas. Sling loading involves suspending a load from the underside of a helicopter using a sling, and then transporting it to the desired location. The U.S. Marines conduct helicopter support team exercises for the Marines to practice sling loading operations. During these demonstrations, the Marines take on the extraordinary challenge of hooking up external loads to military helicopters like the CH-53E Super Stallion. After reaching the desired location, the helicopter hovers in the air while the Marines unhook the cargo, allowing the helicopter to land safely on the ground. The concept of sling loading was initially adopted in the early 20th century, when engineers began experimenting with carrying loads suspended beneath aircraft. However, after World War II, the U.S. military recognized the utility of sling loading. It continued to develop the technology further, which led to the development of purpose-built helicopters like the Sikorsky R-4, explicitly designed for sling load operations. Humvees are utilized at almost every ground mission carried out by the United States military. These are fast, versatile vehicles that can carry a wide range of weapons and travel at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. Despite their ability to move fast while carrying troops and weapons, there exist terrains where Humvees cannot travel. Therefore, the U.S. military performs sling load operations to transport Humvees from one part of the battlefield to another. Initially, a helicopter such as the CH-47 Chinook extends the hook towards the ground. Humvees are attached to these hooks using slings made of heavy materials such as nylon or steel chains. With the Humvee firmly attached, the helicopter carries them to the desired location, where the ground crew then unhooks the vehicles onto the ground. The CH-47 Chinook can lift up to 24,000 pounds of cargo at a time, which is why carrying a Humvee that weighs up to 14,000 pounds is no big deal for this helicopter. On the other hand, the CH-53E Super Stallion can carry up to 36,000 pounds externally, which allows it to lift multiple Humvees at a time. Not only can it fly for extended periods while carrying 2 Humvees, but the helicopter can also conduct mid-air refueling using the probe and drogue technique. Additionally, the U.S. military uses CH-53K King Stallion heavy lift cargo helicopter for sling loading operations. CH-53K is the successor to the CH-53E and is equipped with a triple external hook system, which allows it to transfer 3 independent external loads to 3 separate landing zones. The sling load procedure remains the same regardless of the type of helicopter or vehicle being moved. Hence, a CH-53K can also transfer Humvees by using sling load operations. Transport helicopters are not limited to the military. They play pivotal roles in civilian operations as well. Take, for example, the Ericsson S-64 Sky Crane, a Sikorsky marvel renowned for its remarkable firefighting prowess. It's equipped with a range of firefighting equipment, making it a huge asset when fighting wildfires in remote areas. The Sky Crane consists of a water tank, capable of carrying 2,600 gallons of water or fire retardant. It simply flies over the wildfire, releasing its payload to extinguish the fire or keep it from spreading. One of the most innovative things about this helicopter is the snorkel attached to the water tank, which allows the S-64 to source more water from nearby water sources, such as lakes, rivers, or reservoirs. With this design, the pilot can refill the helicopter's tank in a matter of seconds, simply by skimming the water. Another marvelous tool in the Sky Crane's firefighting arsenal is a water bomb, which is a precision aerial water drop that overcomes the problems associated with dropping water at high altitudes while moving too fast. The water bomb approach allows the Sky Crane to drop water on top of the target rather than release it while moving, which could potentially spread the wildfire. That's not all. The 60-year-old Sky Crane is being used for several other purposes like search and rescue operations, disaster relief, and construction projects. It's expected that the S-64 will continue to fly for many years to come.
All too often, drops are made at too high a coverage level, going too fast, and dropping from too low an altitude. And the effect is that you're basically pounding the fire rather than putting the water on top of it to extinguish it. But we're trying to get them to see what the proper altitude and airspeed would be to gain that perfect drop pattern where you want the water to rain down on top of the target rather than hit it at an angle with a lot of forward velocity.
The helicopters such as Bell 407 or Sikorsky S-64 are also used for Powerline installation, simply because they are speedy, maneuverable, and can easily access rugged terrain where crews or vehicles cannot reach. The topography of the state of Alaska is majestic and stunning, consisting of peaks, valleys, waterways, and glaciers. However, due to a lack of roadways, It is nearly impossible to install power lines to provide basic necessities such as electricity to the population living there. Luckily, Wilson Construction Company found a way to install 57 miles of transmission lines through the Tongass National Forest, utilizing helicopter aerial support. Heavy lift helicopters were used to transport workmen, equipment, and materials via cables affixed to the bottom. Later, an S-64 sky crane was used to transport helicopter-compatible Y towers and set them onto the stovepipes without the need for any ground crew support. The sky crane set up to 60 towers in a day, settling all 263 towers, staging conductor reels, and stringing equipment in less than 9 days. It was almost impossible to install power lines in such a region, but with the use of heavy lift helicopters, the project was a success. Furthermore, the helicopters are employed for power line maintenance and transporting inspection crews to various points along the power line. The helicopters serve as a lifeline when it comes to carrying the work crews to remote locations or power lines that are at higher elevations in efforts to inspect, maintain, or repair transmission lines to overcome the potential problem. Helicopters are also crucial in search and rescue operations in the mountains. They provide access to remote locations to rescue climbers, hikers, or skiers in distress. On August 8, 2013, 2 hikers were trapped on the side of a cliff in Eaton Canyon, north of Altadena in the Angeles National Forest. A Sheriff's Air 5 rescue helicopter quickly responded and rescued both the hikers. A Sheriff's Special Enforcement Bureau Emergency Services Detail paramedic was lowered to the victims and hoisted the hikers into the aircraft. The hikers were then transported to the hospital for treatment of the injury sustained due to falling from the mountain. Helicopters such as the MH-60 Seahawk perform search and rescue operations. In September 2014, 2 FA-18C Hornet jets crashed about 250 miles west of Wake Island in the Pacific. One of the pilots ejected the aircraft and was immediately rescued and treated aboard the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson.
Let me know the next time you make it up.
However, the other pilot was still missing, and the Navy carried out extensive search and rescue operations using 3 MH-60 helicopters. Equipped with forward-looking infrared sensors, or FLIR, these helicopters were used to pick up a heat signature at night. Moreover, the onboard swimmers dived into the ocean to search for the missing pilot. But all efforts were in vain. After a 36-hour search in the Pacific Ocean, the Navy presumed the pilot dead. Helicopters serve critical roles in military operations like troop transport, reconnaissance, and search and rescue missions. Additionally, helicopters also assist in civilian operations like firefighting, powerline maintenance, and medical evacuation. Both the military personnel and civilian air crews adhere to safety protocols to mitigate operational challenges such as adverse weather conditions and challenging terrains. Moreover, the air crews follow strict maintenance schedules and perform pre-flight checks before takeoff to ensure the helicopters are mission ready. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.